and welcome! So, you're having problems, eh? Listen, it's really simple to think of stuff to talk about. Because what you can do is think of stuff and then talk about it. It can be like anything. Just like think of a thing and talk about it. Like cake. Let's talk about cake. Okay, there are like a lot of different kinds of cake, right? Like you got like your chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is good, but like if it's too dry, that's gross. I'm very particular about cake, actually. Chocolate cake, if it's too dry, it's gross. If there's too much icing, it's gross. Has to be like right about right. Then you got like your vanilla cake, and that's like your like white cake. I don't know. Is that vanilla? I don't know. Like white cake, and that's like generally kind of gross. But like if it's in the right situation, it can be fine. Again, if it's too dry, that's awful. And again, if there's too much icing, that's the worst. And then you got like weird kinds of cake. I don't know, like is blueberry cake a thing? I don't know. If blueberry cake is a thing, someone make me some blueberry cake. I want to try some blueberry cake. You got like one of my least favorite things in the world is cookie cake. That's not even a cake. It's just a cookie with icing. Why would you put icing on a cookie? That's the worst idea I've ever heard. It's so bad. You know, I went to the state fair a year or two ago, and I got a Twinks, which is a Twinkie and with a Twix stuffed inside of it, wrapped in bacon, deep fried. And the thing about that is that, like, the individual elements are good, except I'm not a big fan of the Twinkie, which I know. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Not a big fan of a Twinkie. But it's still good, and like the individual elements are good, but then like you put them all together and you eat them, and it's just the grossest thing because it's like too much sweetness. That's a bad thing. Anyway, not a fan of the cookie cake. That's one of my least favorite things. Also, in the same vein as the cookie cake is the ice cream cake. I don't know if I'm the only person who puts those two things together, but cookie cake and ice cream cake together might actually not be a bad idea. But what I meant was, they're linked in my brain as two bad ideas. Because if you want ice cream, just have ice cream. I don't like ice cream. I like cake. And so like when I'm at like someone's birthday party and they're like, yo, we have an ice cream cake, I'm like, why? Because I don't want that cake now because I don't like that ice cream. Side note, I don't like ice cream because it's too cold and I don't like eating cold things. Don't like that. It doesn't work for me. But I'm at someone's birthday party and they're like, here's some ice cream cake. I'm like, but what about the cake for the people who don't want the ice cream? Just have both of them and everyone's happy. Okay, I got excited. I'm sorry. Anyway, then you have like cupcakes versus like big cakes. I'm a fan of both. I like both of them as long as they're not made of ice cream or cookies. Cupcakes often have too much icing on them, but also like I think you see a wider variety of icings on cupcakes, and like if you got like a good cream cheese icing or something, that's delicious and that's wonderful. Yeah, that's great. I love a freaking cream cheese icing. That's wonderful. Then, like, I guess I could talk about pie, but I'm gonna leave pie out, because that's a different thing. I'm not gonna talk about pie right now. Maybe I'll talk about pie later. I don't know. You got, what types of cake do you have that I can talk about? I don't know. Like, cake made out of people? I would try that, but I don't know how I'd feel about that. I think a lot of people wouldn't be willing to try that. Personally, I'd be open to some, okay. I'm afraid that I'm coming over as a bad person. I'm generally a nice person, but I would be totally and entirely opposed to murdering someone and then eating them. But like if they're dead anyway, I mean, I'm gonna go back to talking about cake now, so that maybe some of you still like me. Anyway, that's how you do it. Just come up with a topic, and then talk about it for a while, and then go on a rant about cannibalism. It works every time. Anyway, you have a great day. I can't read